Oh, good morning. So the last few weeks I've been focusing on the qualities that make for a safe relationship, or a great relationship, I guess, because for me, the importance of safety, removing all negativity from the space between and refilling that with positives. And the last piece of the puzzle is learning to talk to each other in a safe way. Because think about it, if I experience something that I don't feel is safe or something that's negative, we're saying in that you want to remove all negativity from the space between. But suppose I experience something that's not safe or that to me comes across as negative, then I have to talk to my partner, but it has to be safe. And that's going to be what we're going to talk about today. So in the Imago system, we use the safe conversation process. And I tell people, I say, look, if you can talk to each other in a safe way, use that. But that's usually what brings them into the office is that they haven't been able to do that. And so the safe conversation process is what we all use as Imago therapists, 61 countries, 3,000 of us. It works. And it's a three-step process. So the mirroring, validation, and empathy. And it's the structure that ensures that it's safe because it takes things out of the power struggle. It doesn't make one right and one wrong. It just, here's what's going on for me. Does that make sense? And as Harvo and Helen state in their big book, Doing Imago Relationship in the Space Between, given its power to transform the personal and the collective, the safe conversation process, the Imago dialogue, is the most important skill a couple can possess. It is a language of conscious partnerships. And in a couple weeks, I want to look at what they say about what conscious partners know, but we'll come to that later. So the three-step process, the first step is mirroring. And mirroring simply, it's a reflective process that assures my partner that I've heard her perception and experience of the situation. Before I can respond, I need to mirror back to her satisfaction what I've heard her say. Okay, here, no additions, no subtractions. This is what I heard you say. Did I get it? And yesterday I was at a Tim Hortons, a drive-through, and so I pick up a small black for me and a medium decaf with milk for my wife. What the guy on the inside, or the girl, I forget, immediately it was at a small black and a medium decaf. They mirrored it back, perfect mirror. They just want to make sure they're not making mistakes because they can't see you and there could be static in the system. But isn't there sometimes static with our partner? We might be tired, we might be focused on something else, we're not in a good mood or whatever. And all I'm saying is that the mirroring, if I can just simply mirror my partner, and a good rule of thumb is if you feel defensive, good time to mirror. And obviously, come on, if Tim Hortons employees can use it, we can use it, especially if there's a charge on the issue. Now, here's a caution. When you are the sender, you must send in a responsible way. You have the responsibility to send your message in a way the receiver can receive it calmly. So you can't attack. And honestly, God, if a couple, two people can simply learn to talk to each other in a safe way, no attack, no withdraw, they'll sort things out. Anyway, send a responsibility. Use I language. I think, I feel, I need, I want, rather than, you did this and you did this and you did this. Send your message with a kind and respectful tone of voice. Be succinct, that's important. You will flood your partner using too many words and they won't be able to hear or mirror you. When you send your message, have a kind look in your eye. Don't do it when you're angry and upset. And no shame, blame, or criticism ever. And the receiver has responsibilities too. First, obviously, is to mirror back accurately. And then secondly, ask, is there more about that? Which gives the sender a chance to nuance their thinking because sometimes, we have so many ideas running around our head, we don't even know what we think. And also, being curious happens when you move from beyond, so you're moving from judgment to curiosity. And when you're curious, when you move beyond thinking you know everything about your partner and instead are open to learning something new about them. So that's the mirroring. Okay, so before I can say anything, I need to mirror back what I heard my partner say. The second step is validation, which simply means that I recognize and accept that my partner has also had an experience and that her point of view, while it may be different from yours, has equal validity. I would say something that makes sense. That's how you see it, or that's what you'd say. Remember that others are not you. Again, go back to our Tim Hortons example. The guy on the inside doesn't say, I asked for a small black. He says, "Don't you want a large double-double?" Because that's what he wants. No, it's just he just repeats back the order to make sure they heard it correctly. There's no judgment. And again, quoting from Doing Imago Relationship in this, Therapy in the Space Between, they say, "The experience of validation reverses the message we receive from our childhood caretakers and others who, wittingly or not, left us with the impression that we were wrong to feel what we felt, or want what we want, or think what we think." So you're just validated. It makes sense. That's how you would see it. And then the last step is the empathy, which is the communication to a person that you hear and understand his or her feelings and that they make sense. So given what you just said, it feels to me like you might feel whatever. And use a word or two that describes that. Then check it out. Is that what you're feeling? And I might say, you seem angry, but my partner might say, well, I wasn't angry so much as I was hurt or disappointed or sad. And then it's my partner's turn. It's a dialogue. So back and forth it goes. And honest to God, 30 years, if I can keep couples in that process, they'll sort things out. But you can't attack or withdraw. And what I like about it too, it's not like a cookie cutter. Like what might work for you might not work for my wife and I. But if we keep talking, we will work out what will work for us. So the last quality of a successful relationship is you have to learn to talk to each other in a safe way, because things will show up. Either something appears negative to me or I don't feel safe. Now we have to talk about it. And the safe conversation process gives you a safe way to do that. It's a structured process. I understand that. But the structure ensures safety. The key is to stop your old brain, your reptilian brain, from reacting. If your old brain senses danger, it will react using the fight, flight, or freeze responses. In a conscious relationship, you need to respond, not react. And the structure of the safe conversation process ensures that safety. It's a way of talking without criticizing, listening without judging, and connecting through your differences. Okay. Anyway, have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.